U.S. Air Force's newest MH-139 helicopter named Gray Wolf Boeing helicopter.
But I'm willing to bet that what comes next will be even better. And I'm honored to start this celebration with this great video.
The U.S. Air Force accepted its first MH-139 Gray Wolf helicopter Thursday, paving the way for the replacement of the aging UH-1N Huey helicopters that have patrolled missile fields for almost 5 decades. Air Force Global Strike Command Head Gen. Timothy Ray announced the name of the aircraft during a ceremony commemorating the first M139 delivery on December 19 at Duke Field, Florida. Boeing won the $2.38 billion Huey replacement contract in September 2018. The company's offering a militarized version of the commercial AW-139 helicopter made by Italian firm Leonardo, beat out Lockheed Martin Sikorsky and Sierra Nevada Corporation in an upset. Both Lockheed and SNC had proposed US-60 Black Hawk derivatives, but Boeing shaved $1.7 billion off the Air Force's expected program cost to nab the award. As such, the Gray Wolf is the first Air Force helicopter to be of a completely different airframe than ones owned by the other services. So far, Boeing has received an initial $375 million award for the first 4 helicopters and the integration of military-specific items necessary for the AW-139 to meet the Air Force's requirements. The company will deliver a second Gray Wolf in mid-January, with the third and fourth aircraft following in February. The formal designation of the MH-139 comes a day after the Air Force stood up the first detachment, which will be supporting test and evaluation of the helicopter. Lieutenant Colonel Mary Clark took command of Detachment 7 during a December 18 ceremony at Duke Field. According to Air Force Global Strike Command, Detachment 7 will own 4 helicopters and will be comprised of pilots and special mission aviators. The detachment will be temporarily located at Duke Field before moving to Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. The Air Force plans to buy 84 helicopters over the course of the program. The aircraft will be used for a wide variety of missions, including defending intercontinental ballistic missile fields, search and rescue, and missions in the capital region. The Gray Wolf will be able to carry 9 fully loaded troops. The aircraft should be able to hit a 135-knot cruise speed and fly for at least 3 hours and a minimum distance of 225 nautical miles without needing to be refueled. The U.S. Air Force has officially named its new MH-139 helicopter, set to replace its UH-1N Huey. Air Force Global Strike Command Commander Gen. Tim Ray announced Thursday the helicopter will now be known as the Gray Wolf, as the command took delivery of its first MH-139 at Duke Field, Florida. The announcement closely follows the creation of Global Strike's new detachment, Detachment 7 at Duke, which will support testing and evaluation of the new helicopter. In September, the service picked Boeing Company to build the replacement for its UH-1N helicopter at a cost of approximately $2.38 billion. The award contract stipulates approximately $375 million for the first 4 MH-139 helicopters, manufactured in partnership with Leonardo Finmeccanica, and includes equipment integration. The aircraft is based on the UH-139, Leonardo's commercial version of the helicopter. The Air Force plans to purchase 84 MH-139 helicopters, along with maintenance and support equipment, over the next decade. Gray Wolf reflects how number MH-139 aircraft will be deployed in packs to protect intercontinental ballistic missile bases for the US Air Force, Boeing Defense tweeted following the announcement. In August, pilots from the 413th Flight Test Squadron at Eglin Air Force Base, Florida, received the certification needed to fly the MH-139. Air Force officials said at the time that receiving the helicopter would mark the first time in recent history that the Air Force will have a rotary wing aircraft, not previously used in another branch of the military. The 413th, the Air Force's only dedicated rotary test unit, and Detachment 7, will work closely with one another until the detachment is eventually re-established at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana, the service said in a recent release. The MH-139A also marks the first aircraft ever acquired by AFGSC. It is hard to overstate just how much blood, sweat and tears have gone into getting this helicopter into our United States Air Force and standing up this detachment, Brig. Gen. Andrew Jabara, AFGSC A58's director, said on Deck Point 18. The UH-1N, some of which entered the Air Force's inventory in 1970, will continue to support 5 commands and numerous missions, including operational support, airlift, test support and intercontinental ballistic missile security support, until the replacements are ready. The ICBM Overwatch mission spans Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, Colorado and Nebraska. The new helicopter will close the capability gaps of the UH-1N in the areas of speed, range, endurance, payload and survivability in support of the command's intercontinental ballistic missile missions, the release said. The Air Force also named another one of its Boeing-manufactured aircraft this year. In September, officials introduced the service's new trainer jet as the T-7A Red Hawk, known previously as the TX, in honor of the Tuskegee Airmen. The first T-7A aircraft and simulators are scheduled to arrive at Joint Base San Antonio Randolph, Texas, in 2023. The service has committed to buying 351 T-7A jets, 46 simulators and associated ground equipment.
When we think about the aerial piece of this mission set, these automated systems, let me just tell you what they're walking through. This is absolutely amazing what these helicopters can do. And I've flown the UH-1 a little bit, and everything about that's manual, but this is a Cadillac. This is fantastic. But the automation is going to give our operators much more bandwidth to handle a very adverse situation, and the increased adverse weather capabilities will let us be at our peak in some of the harshest climates that we have to operate in, so I'm very pleased to say that. But then you couple that with the next generation of sustainment. So we as a team are deeply embracing the idea of the preventative, predictive maintenance that's at play in industry and delivering such great results with prescribed schedules, and certainly with a great supply system. We think we're going to be able to deliver a greater availability at a more affordable price, and I think that's what our country needs most. So this is a fantastic first start, and as a fixed wing guy, I'm going to even use a fixed wing concept here. We have a lot of runway still ahead of us. But what we've done here to combine the developmental and operational test teams is absolutely paramount. We have a lot of work to do as a command to do the transition from old to new, and to bring on the facilities and the training pipeline. But let me just tell you what, I couldn't have asked for a better start to a very, very important program. So hats off to all on that. So before I close, I'd like to say thanks to some key individuals that are with us here today. I'd like to say thanks, of course, to the 96 Test Wing for what you guys are doing. Great teammates.